this is not a spring chicken. Every time I see a big rock like that, not only do I think of the Prudential, but you think of stability. And I'm crossing my fingers. Well, maybe the economy's getting better. Well, I'm hoping that we're on steady ground. Yes, or steadier ground for the economy, as well as our own personal finances. So for now, we're going to bring Oldecam on with comments on the headlines of today. And it's all over for the Republicans as the president's message is winning over the people of the nation.
I know, which they basically stepped all over his message this morning by saying the president is going to focus like a laser light on a smaller agenda. He's going to focus on climate change legislation, don't ask, don't tell legislation, legalizing all the illegal immigrants, and a bunch of other tax raises. And like most people, then there's no jobs of any managing. Actually, he's going to once a program started, it's going to be paid for to increase the college graduates in this country, because once they graduate from college, they can get better paying jobs.
Ooh.
I know, but there's nothing mentioned about the economy and anything he plans to do. He does plan to raise taxes on the wealthy, though. That's on the list.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
Okay. Gloria Allred making a stand for Jerry Brown.
Well, yeah, the accusations are flying all over the place that basically Jerry Brown. Okay, what happens is Brown and others have made certain that Allred's client is not going to go to jail for the multiple felonies that she created, which, according to Obama, doesn't allow her to be stay in the country. But since Brown has intervened in behalf of Allred, you tend to actually think that this might have been a setup by the Democratic Party.
Oh, what would make you think that?
Well, the Democrats don't think people are... Well, they figure, if you're stupid enough to have voted for Obama, you're stupid enough to believe that Brown won't raise your taxes, and this isn't a setup.
Right, and it's not really much of a leap for Meg Whitman to say that Jerry Brown had it done.
Yeah, I know. Because they tried this against Schwarzenegger, and it didn't work. The same attorney.
Oh, imagine that. And 20 tankers carrying fuel to NATO troops attacked in Pakistan.
Oh, that's not the half of it. They just hit another tanker right after this was done, another tanker thing. Well, basically, and they do, the people upstairs at CIA do admit they think it's the Pakistani government doing it.
Oh, really?
Because they're pissed off at Obama firing drones into their communities.
FBI says cyber thieves stole $70 million from online accounts.
Yeah, but I would have thought that's what they found. They probably stole billions. That's why they break into people put the passwords for their bank accounts on their computers, and that's how they're getting them, folks.
Well, and they are also doing things off of cell phones now, so all they have to do is steal your cell phone.
You sit there, and you can sit there with devices you can pick up, like at Radio Shack. You can zoom in on what people are talking on a cell phone. Are the information stored on the cell phone?
Oh, yeah, we've seen them clone it before.
Yep.
Remember? I mean, that's not just on TV.
Nope.
And racism was responsible for the housing meltdown.
I know. They targeted people that shouldn't have been buying houses that happen to be minority members. No, the law said you had to provide money to those people to buy homes that they couldn't afford.
Oh, it did?
They had to sell those homes to people that couldn't afford to buy them because that is the law. So basically they broke no. They didn't target anybody. The government mandated that X amount of homes be sold to minorities.
Oh.
So if they were working at McDonald's and buying $1 million home in Los Angeles, that didn't make any difference.
Millions of London commuters hit by underground train strike.
Yeah, they're wanting their pension benefit. They're wanting higher pension benefits. The country is flat broke. I mean, it's just as loony as we're going to win. Labor's going to win this election with higher taxes and a green agenda.
And the Democrats are looking for someone in the party to blame for the mess they are in.
Well, they said if they lose the House, Nancy Pelosi is expected to resign from the House entirely. So you can guess who they're going to lay the blame on.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Oh. Juan Williams on Fox says, even though they had the votes and Democrats didn't bring up the tax hike because they didn't want Republicans to go hurt the middle class with their stalling antics?
Stalling tactics, yeah. I mean, they were mystified yesterday on Fox News that he said he has it on good advice that Nancy Pelosi could have won the battle, but she didn't bring it up because it would have hurt the middle class, because they would have got their hopes up, not understanding the Republicans would have never allowed it to happen. Republicans can't stop anything in the House. They have not stopped anything in the House since Obama became president. They can't stall in the House, folks. If Pelosi wants it, she just has a vote on it. And they were basically, like the guy, Chris Wallace, you absolutely understand what you're saying? And then I think Bill Kristol said, well, he's a Democrat, guys. This is a party line.
Verizon Wireless to pay refunds for billing errors.
Yeah, tens of millions of people with billing errors. Remember, Verizon's got a money problem.
Oh.
So when it wasn't exactly a mistake, I don't think.
NATO helicopter kills Pakistani troops near Afghan border.
Which is why the Pakistanis are allowing. Okay, there's only 3 roads into Afghanistan from Pakistan, and they're all being targeted because the Pakistani troops are not manning the checkpoints and stuff. 2
years and billions later, bank bailout program finally ends.
Yeah, and Obama says it was a massive success because they're going to get all but about 5% of the money back. Well, other than the fact that there's 1,000 banks that haven't paid a penny back, other than the fact that there's like hundreds of billions of dollars in money they're never going to get back. It was $400 and some billion they never expect to get back, but according to Obama, that was a smashing success.
Immigrant maid dispute could hurt Whitman's Latino strategy.
Well, actually, it didn't hurt her at all. She gained 2 points. She gained 2 undecided, and Brown gained 1. And if you continue at that level, and since she can outspend the entire Democratic Party by herself, she has more personal money to spend than the Democratic Party has for the entire national election.
Oh, she does?
Yep.
Well, she does have or has done quite well off of eBay. Western lawmakers turn sights on endangered wolves.
I know. The Democrats are going to protect them no matter how much damage they do. Instead of keeping them on the ranges where they're supposed to be, the Democrats want them to allow free range them all.
Congress passes temporary measure to keep the government running.
Yeah, and then they checked out of town. They basically didn't. The Democrats refused to bring anything up because if we bring it up, the Republicans will stall it. Well, no. They have. Does anybody think that Susan Collins and Olympia Snowe would turn Barack Obama down if he wanted to? He said,
yeah.
I need $1 billion to go across to McDonald's and have a hamburger. Okay, Collins and Snowe jumped up. You have our votes for buying that $1 billion hamburger.
Yeah, are they that enamored by him, or is their state really getting something? Or are they getting something?
Their state's getting nothing.
That's the curious part.
They don't get any. Their state isn't big enough to really get the stimulus money, so they're getting nothing out of it. The fact is that they got, they stare at Obama and then just give him whatever he wants.
Obese but healthy gray area confounds science.
Well, there are no fat people that are healthy, But see, the trick is they have to say, well, the president's wife is not a light person, and she's healthy, so therefore some people must be healthy. No, overweight people, it's just like the commercial where the woman weighing 400 pounds thinks she's the greatest dancer on earth. It's just the people that say that overweight are healthy are generally overweight.
Oh, that's true. And also, utilizing your laptop on your lap could be dangerous to your health.
Gee whiz, all we got to do is to have the laptop setting on your lap, and you know how hot it gets. That's why they have cooling pads. We've had cooling pads that have basically gotten so hot the cooling pads have turned rock hard. So
yeah, but part of it is it's like people know because your leg gets hot, so you move it, right?
Well, yeah, but they said women are less likely to move it than guys for obvious reasons.
Why?
Well, because women are basically tucked in and guys aren't.
Oh, gosh. Times Square bomber planned a second attack, prosecutors say.
Well, yeah, like the first one didn't work, and he was planning a second one that wouldn't have worked either.
Is Rahm Emanuel's departure a blow to Obama?
Well, the Democrats are trying to say he was actually a hindrance to the program because he was too moderate.
What?
I know. Basically, it's called. They said that it is called the good ship Titanic that Obama's running.
Yeah, Johnson & Johnson recalls. Let the public down, CEO says.
Well, he's one of the founding members. They all did the PR stuff. Basically, what happened, that somebody screwed up in quality control because when it costs you hundreds of millions of dollars, that and a bad PR, so it's costing them hundreds of millions of dollars more to correct the PR from somebody's actually what they did is they mislabeled some things, so they shouldn't have done.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yep.
Well, health overhaul, centerpiece endures growing pains.
It doesn't work. They have discovered that the catastrophic care isn't working. Because while they get catastrophic care guaranteed, there's not a whole lot of people available for the catastrophic care part. So basically, if you don't have the doctors and nurses in the hospitals, you can say, well, every person in this country is entitled to free catastrophic care. There's no room for them and nobody to treat them. So.
And Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain of the Animal Kingdom.
I think this one, if you're in charge, you own all the problems that go with being in charge unless you're Barack Obama.